Hello, Cancer. I'm Maritza of the Sibyl Heart, and welcome back to your tarot scope. First card we have is the Fool, then we have the Queen of Swords reversed, and we have the Knight of Cups reversed. The first thing I'm thinking of is that there's a severance or a cutting ties with a particular aspect of yourself that you have felt for a while has no longer been useful to you or serving you in some way. Well, maybe not serving, but it's just a part of yourself that you maybe have outgrown. You're ready to turn over this new leaf. I'm seeing both the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups reversed, and it makes me think that this is about you trying to take yourself more seriously. Or perhaps you used to be sarcastic, or you were known as the funny guy or something. But you're perhaps understanding that that was some kind of defense or form of protection, and you no longer feel like you need that. I mean, it'll still be a part of you, but you'll rely on it less and less as a defense mechanism because you're understanding that it's not necessary anymore. But you've come to the realization that people are laughing at you and not with you, and it's been like that for a while, and you're ready to try something else. You're ready to take yourself more seriously so that others take you seriously. And it's not about completely cutting ties with funny things or whatever, or, cracking jokes. It's about, like, you'll still be able to do that, but it's about taking yourself seriously, where you haven't done that possibly ever. So I'm seeing the Fool go up the mountain, and I'm seeing the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups kind of putting a stop and saying, you can stop right there. Like, you're not taking this journey seriously enough. And you might put up defenses, say, then what's the point if I can't be funny or I can't be unserious? But I don't think that that's what the cards are asking you. There's a difference between being laughed at and being funny. Like, sure, you're hearing people laugh. Is it because they think you're a fool? Or is it because you're actually funny? Then we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is about willfully ignoring a truth. And so the truth here could be that your friends are not your friends, and they're keeping you around as a form of entertainment. They know that they can always count on you to get a laugh from. You're getting to a point where you want to be taken more seriously, but because it's possible that you've gone through a period of life where laughter was not the best medicine, and people were hurt by the fact that you were making jokes at an inappropriate time, and you were deliberately ignoring the fact that you were just trying to protect yourself for some reason. It's just something that you used as a defense mechanism. So it's possible that you felt emotionally in danger at that moment when you weren't. And you knew that. You didn't want to have to deal with whatever emotions whatever emotions you were feeling. Then we have the High Priestess. So if this is actually something that's coming up for you, like using comedy as a defense mechanism, sure, it's funny, But where do you draw the line, and how do you figure that out? And the High Priestess is saying, are you okay with being known as the funny guy? Is that something you want to change from? It's more than likely that you're realizing that the laughter is not with you, it's at you. Then we have the Page of Wands reversed. And the Page of Wands reversed makes me think of, this is new to you. Taking yourself seriously is new to you. The High Priestess is also about taking yourself seriously. If you want to be serious, be serious. But she's an extreme form of that. Whereas the Fool, I feel like, is in this reading to say, yeah, take yourself seriously, but also chill out. Then we have Temperance reversed. I feel like the Temperance reversed is saying it's time for you to re-establish how you use comedy, because it's starting to show that you're afraid of something. And people are starting to pick up on that. And things are starting to go a little bit awry. And you're starting to realize that using comedy as a defense mechanism is no longer working. The Sun card. If you allow yourself to step into the light and letting all of your shadows show themselves, you'll begin to figure out how to stop using comedy as a defense mechanism. It's no longer something that you will be dependent on to protect yourself, but you do have to feel the emotions that you're trying to escape from, or you're trying to ignore, suppress, deny, whatever. It's time for you to face the music. Then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Makes me think that you're in a moment of wondering what's the point of it all. Just realized that the High Priestess is here. And I remember that the High Priestess represents psychology or therapy, or going to a therapist. What I'm picking up from the Four of Cups is that you're wondering, maybe if you're already in therapy, you're wondering, what's the point of therapy if it's going to dismantle me and change me? But you're not seeing the growth, or perhaps you're not understanding the growth that you're going through right now, because you want so badly to go back to your defense mechanism. Maybe that's what this entire reading is about. Like, if comedy as a defense mechanism doesn't make sense to you, then insert whatever does, right? Like, your defense mechanism is what I've been talking about. Comedy was just a very specific example. With the Four of Cups, I'm seeing that you're not fully understanding the change that is occurring underneath the surface. You're not fully understanding why it is that what you usually rely on to protect yourself emotionally is no longer working. But I feel like what you do understand on some level is that you do want to accept this change, but whatever hurdle or block is in your way, it's very difficult for you to overcome it. With the High Priestess showing up and thinking that you're going to need help, maybe not necessarily therapy, but maybe some sort of emotional support. In terms of astrology, we want to think about Uranus and the way that it influences our birth chart, maybe. So Uranus is about independence, personal identity, freedom, in some cases rebelliousness. Then we have air signs with the Queen of Swords. Then that is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and we want to think about the more shadowy aspects of the air signs because the Queen of Swords is reversed. And we have water signs with the Knight of Cups, and we want to think about the shadowy aspects of Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So Cancer, maybe your shadow is depending on funnies as a defense mechanism. We want to think about the sun's influence in our birth chart, maybe our Sagittarius sign in our birth chart and the shadowy aspects of Sagittarius. And we want to think about Pisces with the High Priestess and fire signs. Fire signs with the Page of Wands, and we want to think about the shadowy aspects of Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. I would really appreciate a like, a comment, a subscribe, all the good things if you want. I will see you in the next one. Bye!